Hey guys, what's up? Scotch here once again. Right, this is one of those videos where it's just like, Donald, you really should talk about this. I mean, you've practically been like doing this in the shadows all, like, ever since December, really. You know, are you really wanting to keep it bottled up? Shouldn't you share the fact that you totally bought an Xbox One just to play Phantasy Star Online too? Yeah, we're gonna talk about this here. Right. Not so much a, as is the case with me, not so much a discussion on the game itself, but more like just a mega rambly video about how it all came to pass as well. So, yes, I do have an Xbox One, guys. It's a Generation 1 VCR model, as it gets called. You know, it's the one with the 2 HDMI ports. Because they wanted it to be like a set-top box for cable and shit for a while. Obviously, and it was also the one that came bundled with the Kinect. I didn't get a Kinect. I just, how dare they? I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I just paid for the box itself. It was pretty cheap, all things considered. But yeah, I just really wanted to play Phantasy Star, guys. You know I love Phantasy Star, damn it. Okay, so, and I'm so upset with myself because I've went so long without giving a shit about this fucking console, but this one game kind of just made me, that's not even exclusive, it just made me go like, fuck it, I gotta do it, and it's been had, and I feel like I've been had, but yeah, now we're here. Okay, let me explain, right? It was, I think it was around sometime like November, December. That was when the original American Phantasy Star Online 2 Twitter account that was made, you know, this was the one that was made like 7-8 years ago when the game was first announced, but then was never cancelled, but just never talked about. They started like tweeting a bunch of shit, you know, like a bunch of memes and a bunch of like really random information. And I'll say it right now, that Twitter account is fucking shite, okay? It was so bad at conveying actual information, okay? Like dates, platforms that they were going to be released on, right? And the biggest one of all was the game coming to Europe. In fact, I was so annoying to this Twitter account. Every time they would tweet anything, whether it was a meme or some useless shite, I would always be like, Europe, 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 and they couldn't respond to it, and I guess, like, they couldn't, but it was so infuriating. It was so infuriating. And, yeah, what I actually did, guys, and again, I never actually tweeted or talked about this or anything, it was in December, I remember that, because we were still on Christmas break from work, and I happened to be on YouTube, and I saw something like, how to install Phantasy Star Online 2. This was talking about the Japanese servers that have been up for years, you know? And I just saw it, and it was like, see, I'd always known that that was an option, but because the game was announced but then never talked about, I never had that moment where I was like, oh, fuck this, I'm just going to go over to the Japanese server, you know? It was always like, okay, we'll wait. Then it didn't happen, it was like, ugh, alright, fine. But I saw that video, it was like, really new, and it was only like 4 minutes long, so I just thought to myself, you know what, let's watch this. I had never looked up any of this shit, and sure enough it was super easy. So I did it. I downloaded Phantasy Star Online 2 to my PC, and I played a shit ton of it around December, January, you know, and it was awesome, you know, and again, this was kind of in response to the fact that I didn't know if I was going to be able to play it because I live in fucking Europe, okay? I'm not in the fucking North Americas where everybody who gets to play good games lives, okay? I thought we were past this. I thought we were so past this. I mean, in the past couple of years, you know, things like Atlas have opened up a European branch. You know, it felt like all of these fears I had about games coming out in all regions was a thing of the past. But I guess not for at least this one. Or maybe I'm overreacting. But anyway, so yeah, I play a bunch of Phantasy Star Online 2 on the Japanese servers. I really enjoy it. And then, and this is just a perfect example of how shite that Twitter account is, okay? They actually confirmed that Phantasy Star Online 2 is not region locked, so you can play it in Europe, but they don't announce it. They reply to someone else, not me, even though I bugged the shit out of them, they replied to someone else saying, it's not region locked, you can play it in Europe. And I was just banging my head off the desk. It's like, why couldn't you have told me that? Why couldn't you have said something and put all these qualms at rest? Because I wasn't the only one moaning about this, alright? I don't know, maybe the person holding the Twitter account had to wait till they got the okay from the higher-ups before they could, like, say this shit. But the fact that you had to, like, dig through that in replies and they didn't announce it was... Alright, anyway. So that's kind of what spurred me on to go out and buy my Xbox, okay? It was a very big impulse buy, okay? It was... Because I've hated that console since it got announced. You know, I've never really forgiven it for all the shit that it did at the beginning. They have turned things around, you know. I think Game Pass is an awesome thing. You know, the Xbox One X, I actually think it's quite admirable that the OG Xbox, the one that I've got, was so weak right out of the box that they opted. We're like, no, we're gonna sort this. You want to play at 4K, 60 frames per second? There you go. In fact, I've been paying for Xbox Game Pass for PC for a while now. You know, I think it's great. I play a bunch of games on it. Naturally, to play Phantasy Star, I had to like start paying for Xbox Live again. So I got Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which comes with Game Pass for PC, console, and Xbox Live. Overall, it's a good deal. You know, I'm taking advantage of it. I played, like, you know, Ori and the Blind Forest, and Ori 2 as well. Some other games like Untitled Goose Game, and just anything else that I felt like downloading, including some like games that I had played in years on the 360, because 360 games were also on there. But yeah, I played a little bit of the closed beta, which was very difficult because it was because of my own personal time constraints, and everything was like scheduled for America time. So it was like mostly active when I was in bed, and then there was the fact that the first few hours you couldn't get online at all. But then a while passed, and now the game has, I guess, fully launched. I don't think they're really saying it, right? It's still technically in open beta, but it's launched for all intents and purposes. I don't know what they're going to do to like say that it's now launched, know what they're going to add to it. And I've put about 60 hours into the game, and I'm a level 52 hunter at the moment. And the reason I felt like doing this video is because I think I've gotten to a point where I'm not playing the game like every day now. You know, I was playing this game like every day. Fuck, I'm just realizing I was playing this game every day for the past like well over a month. I really liked it. You know, now we're finally getting to the actual opinion on the fucking game. You know, I really liked it. And again, sorry for not talking about the game itself, just talking about my own personal rambling feelings or whatever. I've talked a lot about this before. I've never had the opportunity to play a Phantasy Star online game online on the Dreamcast, on the 360 with a Phantasy Star Universe, on the PSP with the portable games. You know, these were all games that I thought were really good playing by yourself, and I was surprised that I could enjoy them so much by myself. But I used to always think, what would it be like to take these online? Okay? And you know what? Even with Phantasy Star Online 2, I don't think I've gotten that yet either, because I don't have any friends who currently have a fucking Xbox One and Xbox Live Gold and are willing to play this fucking weeb game with me, okay? I don't know anybody like that. Maybe when the PC version comes out, maybe, but as it is now, I still played Phantasy Star Online 2 by myself. There are little interactions you can make with other players online on various like quests and stuff. But I didn't really do any like partying up or whatever, you know, it was very much a solo experience, but I still played it for a good while, and I still had a lot of fun. So maybe that's just how my brain works. Maybe I'm not like actually built for MMOs, because I've never really played any other MMO other than PSO, you know, and even then I always just play by myself, you know. It's like, I'm weird like that, guys. But yeah, Phantasy Star Online 2, things that I want to say right off the bat, like one, like fucking hurry up Sega with that PC version, okay? That's when I want to like go back to the game and potentially have like other people to play with, right? I want that PC version so bad, and then I can stop paying for Xbox Live Gold and stuff, you know? What else do I want to talk about? I don't know. There's like, again, I'm not really built for MMOs. Cards at the table, guys. I am just like a really big Phantasy Star guy, you know? And you know what? It was funny. I was just thinking this the other day, right? You guys want to know why I am a big Phantasy Star guy, okay? It's not because it was like this RPG franchise from Sega that I just felt like I should like play. I started playing Phantasy Star Online because I was mad, basically, you know? I was sick. This is like in my early days of internet traveling. I was always sick of going online and finding like lists or top 10s or things on like old forums or whatever, talking about like the best Dreamcast games ever, a console that I'm like, oh, I know everything about the Dreamcast, absolutely. And folk would always talk about Phantasy Star Online, and I knew nothing about it, and it made me so mad. So I was just like, right, I'm gonna play these Phantasy Star games, I'm gonna get into this shit, see what all the fuss is about. And yeah, I don't know why it sounds like I'm complaining, because I truly do love that series now, and I'm a really big fan. But yeah, peeves, I guess, other than the fact that it's fucking Xbox exclusive right now. I don't really like the art style, I guess. Like, going from like Phantasy Star Online to Phantasy Star Universe to Portable 2, now to this. Like, maybe I think too much about this shit, but it's gotten progressively more like anime-centric, you know, like PSO1 on the Dreamcast, you know, it has a very distinct art style, and maybe that was like due to the technical limitations, but it has its own distinct art style. I already said that. But then you go to Phantasy Star Online 2, and it's like, yeah, this is animated up to shit, you know, like you don't have to play for too long before you see like characters in like trench coats and other like anime tropes and whatnot. Like, you know, it was cute actually, because in the story mode, because PSO2 does have a story mode. In fact, we'll talk about that in a minute. The story mode was actually poked fun at this a little bit. Not enough. It was still like, yeah, but these girls still ain't got no clothes on, you know? It's but I guess they're a little self-aware of it. But yeah, actually, I really should talk about the story mode in Phantasy Star Online 2, because I guarantee that a lot of people are just gonna like gloss over that. But this game does have a story mode. From what I understand, and I could be wrong, right? There have been episodes released for PSO2 since it came out. I think in Japan they are currently up to episode 6. And this version that we got is sort of a weird hodgepodge of all episodes in terms of like content that came as the episodes came out, but also the story content. Because we have like episodes 1 to 3 in this current version that we have, but you can't actually play through it. This is... Sorry, I just hit the mic. This is so weird to say, right? Because you go to the quest counter, you select story quests, and you can only like select missions and basically watch cutscenes. And all these cutscenes are fully voiced, right? And there's so many of them. It's like, this must have taken so much work for something that you're not actually playing, and the majority of people aren't even gonna like bother with, right? I was really impressed by that. You do occasionally have to do like a boss fight or a level, but it's very few and far between. 9 times out of 10, you're just watching cutscenes that were translated from episodes 1, 2, and 3 from Japan. Now, this was actually how it was when I was playing on the Japanese server. I didn't get too far in the story mode on the Japanese server, but it was the same sort of structure. You were just watching cutscenes, basically. And from what I remember hearing out on some random comment, it sounds like they made it like that because of a particular change that came in like episode 4, episode 5, that hindered episodes 1 to 3 unplayable. So what I'm hoping is that now I've finished all that, when it gets to like episode 4 coming round for us, it's an actual story mode that you can play through, you know? I don't know, that's really rambly talking about story mode, but I do recommend going through the story mode, because even though it's anime as shit, right, it's definitely a bunch of anime trash, it had some properly engaging moments. I'm not gonna lie, I was very much I have some favorite characters from Phantasy Star Online 2's lore, you know? Didn't think I would say that, but I do. So yeah, Huey and Claris Craze, by the way, I love those two. But yeah, that's those are some rambly thoughts about PSO2. Do I give it a score? I don't know, because the game is still... It's weird, it's young, but at the same time it's definitely not, because it's been out in Japan for so many years. That PC version, it just needs to come out, right? Because there's people playing it. Whenever, even like a month after launch, quote unquote, there's still people playing it when I go online. Is that enough to like sustain the game? And I can only imagine how many people are going to start coming over once it's on PC. Just absolutely fucking needs to happen, as far as I'm concerned. That will truly let the game take off, you know. But yeah, I guarantee I'm gonna like forget some stuff that I want to talk about. But I don't know. This was just very off the cuff. It was just me rambling. I don't know. I'm locked in. Not doing anything. Actually, that's probably another thing I should be thankful for, right? This fucking game launched at the perfect time. Some people have been saying that about how they've been stuck in, they've been playing Animal Crossing. For me, it was this. I probably played more of this than I would have because of the whole being locked in shit. So, yeah, actually quite thankful for that. Gotta say, played way more of it than I would have and enjoyed it way more than I would have potentially. But whatever, we're rambling way too much here. I'm gonna stop this. I don't know how long I've been talking for, but in any case, guys, tell me what you think about Phantasy Star Online 2 if you've played it. Again, it's probably not a lot of you. Who the fuck is frequently playing their Xbox Ones in current year? PC version. Fucking PC version. Hurry up. Okay. See you after, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.